This here, now I want to talk to Janine, Carrie, and Kayleen. They have been so supportive. I talk about them all the time to everybody with calls and gifts and things in the mail, and food brought over to me, food made for me, and keeping me company. The list could go on and on, but a couple of things come into mind with me with each one. Janine, when I went to visit her just before, right after my diagnosis, I had confided in her that I was afraid that I had more than one kid. I had gone for a PET scan, and when I came back, it said that I had throat cancer. And I had gone to the dentist, and the dentist, when she was cleaning my teeth, said it looked like something in my throat. So I went to the throat doctor and everything, and he didn't say anything. But I never got the report until just before I went into Mass General. So I get the report, it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm reading it, and I see this a mass in the neck area. And so I thought right away, now I have breast cancer, that it has metastasized throughout my whole body. So I broke down, told Janine she has a way of getting that stuff out of you. And I remember, Janine, I broke down and told you, but when we went in to see the doctors, Janine got the doctor out on the side and asked the doctors to look at the scan. And lo and behold, they came back and they told me that this breast cancer was originated in the breast. That was the greatest gift I ever had. I was carrying that with me. Sorry. I was carrying that fear with me for about a month. And thank you, Janine, for clarifying that. That was the biggest gift you could have had for me that day, because I left there, I know I still had breast cancer, but I left there saying, okay, there's one I'm fighting. It's not all over my body. So thank you for that. Along with all the other things, the cards and the gifts in the mail, and the hats, the many hats you sent me, about 50 hats, and so many things. And like I said, every one of you have done so much. Carrie, when I was sick that day, Carrie from the hospital, she called me, and I wasn't going to answer the phone, and I did. And she goes, "Oh my God, I want to call 911." I go, "No, Carrie, I'm fine. I'm just dry. I'm just going to go lie down." She called Kayleen and said, "If you can't get over there in 5 minutes, I'm calling 911." So Carrie comes over, Kayleen was there less than 5 minutes. We ended up going to the hospital that day, and that's the week I was in there for a whole week. Kayleen was right by my side, and Carrie was there too. And I can't, that stuff, you'll never forget that stuff. And last week when we had the flood, Carrie came over and spent the night. By that time I was so spent. Dan and Mike came over too for a few hours, which was great. But Carrie spent the night because I was so spent that the house could have floated down the street for all I cared. And she was up all night doing that water. I mean, that's only one little thing that they've said. So I can't, I could have you here for 2 hours if I told you all the things that Janine, Carrie, and Kayleen have done. One time I came home from a treatment, and Kayleen had the bed pulled down, and she had snacks there for me and all that stuff. And I come home, if the bed isn't made that morning, one of them will come by and make it. And I can't even say how much. I try to tell them as we go along, but the support they've given me, the calls, the concern, the connection, always that connection, which means so much to me, especially when I'm here by myself, So, thank you, girls. I mean, I couldn't do it without you. Janine, I was going to bring in the motivational things Janine put all over my wall. I wanted to show you those. And that makes a difference. I see that when I get down. I'm like, yes, you're strong. You can do it. You're the best. You're this. You're this. And they do work, I'm telling you. So Kayleen brings the children over, and Carrie brings the children over, and that makes a difference to me too, to see the children, get my hugs and kisses filled up for the week. So all in all, thank you, girls. I can't thank you enough. You're the best there is, and that's it. Bye. Hi, grandkids. Here's Gram on the. hope you come over soon and can get on this seesaw. I love the seesaw. I want to say that it's, you know that I've been sick, but you know I'm getting better. I remember the day that Ellie came in the house and saw when I told her I was going to take my hat off, that it was I had no hair, and I said, "Are you ready, Ellie?" And she goes, "Yep." And then she backs up. She goes, "Oh," like that. She got so scared. But most of everybody else seemed to go along with it. They seem to know that it's only temporary and that's gonna grow back. I remember one day Abby came in and I was in bed and she kissed my head and she rubbed my head and says, "Graham, you're still bald." And Tommy came in one day and he wanted to touch my hair like this, but the rest of it, Deirdre, Bella, Jake, and well, of course Brooks doesn't really know, and Angus seemed to like it. Actually, Angus likes it because he doesn't want it to grow back, because he thinks his father and I have a little in common because we have no hair, because he's used to it. But I want you all to know that whatever you find in life, whatever you go through in life, that you can get through it. You just got to take one step at a time. And remember, there's millions of possibilities. So be strong, whatever you go through, because you will go through things in life, but be strong and take one step at a time. And guess what? I love all my 8 grandkids. I love them all. Over. That's something I said.
I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And
Let me tell you about the day I got this card.
what a wonderful world.
I was up all night. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Couldn't drink. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Travel melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where
I was just kind of like moping around here by myself. Felt very isolated. The mailman came. I went to the mailman. I went to the box. I got this card. Never, never, never give up. I felt like it was a sign from God. Tell me that He's beside me, that He's with me. It was a card from Joan. This card here. Thinking of you. Also storming heaven. Feel better soon. Much love, Joan. I've looked at this card many, many times since then. It means the world to me. Thank you, Joan, for all your cards. Every card I got was not only inspirational, but put a smile on my face. Like this. I remember the day the toilet I flushed the toilet and it flowed all over the place, and I had to clean it all up, and I was here by myself. My hemorrhoids were bothering me. It was terrible. And I got it all cleaned up. Then I had to wash the floor. And I go out and get my mail. And never did I know a little bit of happiness was there for me. So I go to the mailbox. I open up this card. Mr. McDreamy. Mr. McDreamy, I've never even seen Grey's Anatomy, but he is so dreamy that I might even start watching it. So thank you, Sandy. You made my day. Last Tuesday, 13th or 12th, I came down with a GI bug. Where I got it, I don't know. But Pat came over and spent the night with me. Thank God she did. She did everything for me. She brought me soup in that I drank. She brought me bottles of water. She even changed my sheet in the morning and washed the other sheets. And she was run ragged the whole evening.